Welcome to the Overlap Podcast, another episode of the Overlap Podcast, where we discuss and study the overlaps between work, fitness, family, faith, parenting, and leadership. All with the idea that becoming better in one aspect of your life helps you become better in all aspects of life. And we're just kind of doing that through the lens of business, starting there, and then showing the overlaps everywhere in our lives. By simplifying big business brilliance for small business leaders. So, we got episode 139. It's probably a short one, a quick hit. It's really a topic that people have heard, I'm sure, that are somewhat familiar with this, but maybe you just need to be reminded. And that is, I like to say addition by subtraction. And that is kind of keeping your circle small, right? Your inner circle. Who's really influencing you? And really, my dad used to say this a lot, which is kind of funny for him. But either way, he's like, you are who you hang out with. You heard that?
So they say that you literally become the middle of the road of the top 5 people you hang out with.
You're the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most.
Yep.
I don't know if that's like proven through social science or anything. I'm not like breaking out any studies on that, but I can say with personal experience, with myself and watching kids grow up and seeing others that I have mentored, that holds a lot of weight. I don't know if it's 100% right, but it's certainly it's accurate enough. Let me say it's accurate enough to make it a topic on my podcast.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And I would definitely say in my life and long life old life I've lived.
Yes. Yeah.
I can definitely say the quality of life is determined by the people you have in it.
Ooh, that's poignant. Yeah, that's good. So, addition by subtraction, we're talking about people in our lives. We're talking about who you hang out with, who you choose to hang out with. And let's be honest, we all have a choice in that. Even if you're young, you've got a choice.
This is such a hard topic to live. As someone that loves people.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm a, type A personality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Love being in groups of people. It's been very hard for me to nail down the time given, the time that it takes up in my life to be selective about the people I let in my life.
I thought you were going to start crying there. I didn't know what was going on. You were being very thoughtful with your words there.
Correct. Yeah, I wanted to use the word selective because I think I'm not saying that you should be a introvert and not let people into your life and not being. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is the people that have absolute influence in the person that you are, I think you should really be selective about those.
Okay. All right. I'm with you there. Are you saying that you like people, you like being around a bunch of people and all that stuff?
I do,
and so you find it more difficult because you do like people, you are social,
right?
You are extroverted,
right?
That you find it more difficult to say no or to spend less time with certain people?
Say no and spend less time. And I struggled with it a lot when I was younger.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
and
sense.
I think young people really struggle with finding their people.
I do. I 100% agree with that. Sorry. I was kind of thinking right from the get-go, from my current lens, it's super easy for me. But talk about detachment and like perspective. I've sort of built a life around it. Yeah,
right.
in between your pauses and words, I really got a chance to think about it.
Yeah, well, I was trying to.
Dude, you were very thoughtful with the words. I was like, God, where are we going?
I was trying to be very thoughtful in a way that,
you were.
I don't want people to think that they should just be assholes.
No, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
And so a lot of times that can, I've met people that can take that too far.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can name them. And some of them are in my family. Not people I live with, but, yeah. I'll just say this, that it's, when I was younger, it was much more difficult because I didn't know who I was and who I was trying to be as much.
Well, and go to the business sense, I thought I had to be everything to everyone.
Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah. I'll say this. I think this is why I've not really struggled hard with it. I played sports growing up, and one sport in particular I got pretty good at. I started playing at a higher level, right? And in sports, as you go up levels, talent and things start getting separated. There's the athletes that are there because they're just athletic. There's people that are technical but not athletic, and then there's the winners. The people that mentally, physically, technically got it, right? And I started to attach myself with those people. I started seeing them, seeking them out, and like finding them, and going, that's who I'm going to be with. That's who I'm going to, what are those people doing? Because they got it. I can't put my finger on what got it was, but you get what I'm saying? Like in soccer, they could take a ball down from 30 yards away, turn effortlessly, and put it on someone's foot 30 yards away in another direction. I'm like, oh, dear God. That's almost professional. What's that guy? How did that happen? And I just started kind of hanging around him. Hey, guys, will you be my friend? That kind of stuff. Yeah. What can I do? And just like, I was just hanging around them long enough to like, they would like reluctantly start letting me like be their friend.
I knew.
And just seeing them and watching them.
I knew that was the potential you saw in me the two times you've asked me to play soccer.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah. It really was.
Yeah.
So I think, I guess I saw that, and then in business, that's probably why I sought out like a consultant and a peer group relatively early. I was the youngest guy in my peer group for a long time. Yeah. And so I think I've always thought about what are the winners doing and who can proximity principle is a big one for me.
Right.
How can I get around those people? How can I see what they do? How can I interact with them? How can I pick up on little nuggets of what they've got going on?
Sid, you say numbers are the language of business. We probably should take care of business.
Listen up.
Hey guys, I want to tell you about my friend Wes Cody. He's the president of C2 Wealth Strategies, a financial advisory firm dedicated to providing personalized solutions for your financial needs. Wes and his team of professionals are passionate about helping clients create wealth and achieve financial freedom. At C2 Wealth Strategies, they believe in taking a holistic approach to financial planning and are committed to building long-lasting relationships with their clients, ensuring their financial well-being every step of the way. Don't leave your financial future to chance. Contact Wes and C2 Wealth today at c2wealth.com to schedule a consultation. Let Wes and his team help you build your financial future.
Guys, I want to take a moment to talk about someone who's been instrumental in my personal and business success. That's Johnny Barranco and his team at Barranco & Associates. For over 7 years, Johnny has been my go-to accountant and financial consultant. I can tell you that he's more than just a tax preparer. Johnny takes a holistic approach to all my financial dealings, aligning them with my long-term plans and personal lifestyle. I've recommended Johnny to several friends throughout different business groups around the country, and the feedback has been nothing short of exceptional. His expertise and service are top-notch. So if you're looking for someone who not only prepares your taxes, but also helps you strategize for the future, Johnny and his team at Barranco & Associates are the ones to call. Trust me, you won't regret it. So contact Johnny Barranco today and take the first steps towards financial peace. You're not going to regret this.
early on, I think I struggled with, okay, who's in my circle? And who are the individuals that I'm there to help?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think you have to decipher that. I think you have to say, you can't let everyone into the circle of influence so much.
No.
However, I think that life sends you people along that are outside of that circle that your calling is to help.
I agree with that. I've heard, and I think Steve Bousquet is the one that told me this. Also, been on the podcast a few times, and one of our sponsors with
Profit Academy.
GPA. Sorry.
If you're in the green industry and you've not subscribed to his newsletter that I just saw,
really
you
good.
need to go do that.
It's really good. He does a great job. If you're in the green industry, just start following him, talk to him. They've got some really good products.
He wears this real cool fedora hat.
He does.
Yeah,
he does.
You'll probably buy a hat after that.
I did. So he did say you should have 3 people in your group at all times. 3 people that you're learning from, 3 people that are your peers, and 3 people you're teaching or mentoring. I was like, oh, that's brilliant. That's really good. I don't know if that's accurate, whatever, Yeah. But I was like, that's pretty good, and it keeps you properly placed moving forward. There's 3 people I'm striving to become that I'm learning from. There's 3 people that I'm working with. They could be accountability buddies, whatever. People that are on the same page with me and we're moving through life. And then there's 3 people that I'm mentoring, giving back. And I'm seeing probably my progress through theirs. I'm seeing my progress through others through the people I'm mentoring, seeing progress of myself through the people I'm on the same page with, and I'm striving for more progress by working with or talking or being around with the folks ahead of me. It's pretty good covering future, present, past. Would you call that the 4th dimension time? I don't know. Never mind. That's another rabbit hole.
How many people do you think, if you have if your circle? Yeah. I was just trying to think about this. How many people's in it?
I probably have. We're talking like inner circle, really like influential, where I'm going to ask for some advice and talk about like stuff. It's probably 5. Probably 5. And a couple of them I'm related to. So.
Yeah, exclude family.
Okay. Maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. I may have 3 or 4.
So that gets to our point. Keep your circle small. Addition by subtraction. Here's what I don't ever want to do. I don't want to answer shop. Does that make sense? I see it all the time. I don't want to be an ask hole either. That's ask, A-S-K.
Yep.
I don't want to be that. Where I'm looking for an answer and I want you to justify my, what I'm looking for by telling me, yeah, that's what I would do. Because I know here's what I do know. If I want an answer, I know who to ask that's going to line up with that and go, yeah, that's a good idea. Right. And if I'm doing that, I'm probably not doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
I think another thing I struggled with is having the lack of self-awareness to understand that I'm not in everybody's circle either.
Oh.
That there's people that, just as I should be helping individuals, there's people that's out there that I'm really not in their circle. They're just helping me.
Oh.
And that would be more of that. I think there's mentors that you can have in your circle.
Yeah.
That's friends.
Yeah.
But I also think there's mentors that are totally beyond your reach.
Right. I do have some mentors that are friends. Oh, my circle's probably bigger than 5 now that I really think about it. Probably more like 7. Either way. Look. Keith Cunningham and I, we're not going hunting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I've got a big deal going down, he will definitely pick up I can message his people
Yeah.
I ain't contacting him directly.
Yeah.
I probably could, but it'd be better to just go through the right channels and say, hey, could I get, an hour? Let me know when. I'll wait a week, get an hour. He'll definitely talk to me. He'll spend longer than an hour if necessary, and he'll give me all the detached advice that I could possibly ask for, and it's going to be really good. And we've known each other long enough that he knows who I am. He knows what my tendencies are. That it's going to be well educated, well geared, directed advice.
Yeah, there's definitely.
But
people,
we're not hanging out.
Yeah, there's definitely people that don't want you on their porch that give you time.
Yeah, this guy's got a couple of private planes.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not operating.
I mean, I would like to be involved, in their circle, but I'm self-aware enough to know, and I probably lacked that self-awareness when I was young.
I'm not 78 either, so there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not doing the same things.
However, there's a wonderful plethora of wisdom that you can get from hanging out with older individuals.
Dude, the older I get, the more I know. Well, I'll say that first peer group I was in, everyone was older than me, and it was crazy how much I learned from all these people.
And I will tell you, it is one of the reasons that I smoke cigars, because Good old point. People smoke cigars, and I could walk into the cigar shop, and there would be everything I was going through in my life. There was a guy sitting in that cigar shop, and if you sit in a cigar shop and smoke $20 sticks, you gotta.
Oh, is that what they call them? Sticks?
You've kind of got to have some money.
Okay.
I mean, if you're doing that every day, these guys are spending thousands a month on cigars.
Oh,
$1,000 a month
setting
on cigars.
$20 bills on fire
Just
and then
setting
nailing it.
Just 2 and 3 a day.
Oh my God, 2 and 3 a day.
Yeah, there's some guys down there. Yeah, and but they had been through, especially when I went through my divorce.
Okay,
they had all been through it. And so to go in there and sit down beside a guy and say, man, I'm having a sucky day.
Yeah.
And they just looked at me and said, son, been there, done that.
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you how much worse my situation was.
And how, how this is going to work out for the better.
Yeah. So having the self-awareness to understand that you're not in everybody's circle too is a big deal.
Does that mean I don't need to go around giving unsolicited advice?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you need to do is,
I hate what you need to do.
I hate it because I do it sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, that's cringy.
Yeah. I don't need to tell anybody with a jet what they need to do.
In business, no.
Yeah.
No. And this guy would, Keith would be, Cunningham would be polite about it, and then he would laugh.
Yeah. Sid, you say numbers are the language of business. We probably should take care of business.
Listen up. Look, not all of you have to deal with workman's comp, but those of you that do know that it's time-consuming and it's a headache. Insurance in general feels like something that happens to you rather than for you. But partnering with someone that really knows their stuff, like Chris May, with LTN Insurance, you've heard him before on the podcast, offers you the opportunity to regain control of your insurance. By collaborating with Chris, you have the chance to craft a personalized plan that ensures you receive optimal coverage at the best price. At LTN Insurance, their foremost core value is centered on education rather than sales. Their core value actually says, we don't sell, we educate, because they truly believe in empowering you, the customer, with the knowledge to make informed decisions about your insurance. That's whether you do business with them or not. They want you to be informed. So you can trust Chris and look him up, give him a call, or go to the website ltninsurance.com.
Hey guys, I want to tell you about one of our newest sponsors, Red Branch Outdoor Living. They create environments to bring people together by providing a turnkey solution for outdoor living with remarkable customer experience. They specialize in outdoor kitchens, pavilions, patios, pools, spas, and fire features. And they do it with integrity, innovation, and being remarkable. They did my outdoor space, and it turned out amazing. Check them out at redbranchconstruction.com.
So we talked about the positive side. We talked about, picking positive people, good people to be around, and really like, what am I going to get, and that kind of stuff. The other side is the negative side, which is everyone's probably got some of this going on, especially if you're under 40 years old, of just some toxic people that you might need to cut loose. Toxic is a bad word. I feel like it's overused. I sound childish using the word toxic. It just came out. Sorry.
Life sucking could be a word.
Yeah, that sounds better than toxic. That sounds on the same level. But
negative vibes. You want me to use that?
Maybe negative vibes. I don't know. There's not a good way of
you
saying.
know them though.
You
know the people.
Them.
You know
we
the
all
people
know
in your
them.
life.
We probably feel like we can't get them out of our life because, they are, they need my help. They need our help, whatever. Can't just leave them. We've been friends for years, whatever.
Well, and you may need to go to therapy also if you think you're someone's savior.
You just kind of, that I was actually going to say that. I'm like, how much do you think of yourself
that you think
that I'm going to save someone? Like,
right.
I have the power to get them to be. No, I don't have the power to make anyone do anything.
Right.
I can try to influence them, but ultimately it's going to be their decision. And sometimes, man, there are just, and it's not everyone, but it's a big enough deal to bring it up, to say that there's probably some people in your life. There has been some people in my life that I've just had to disassociate from in a polite manner, with grace, dignity, respect, all of that, to just stop hanging, stop being with these people. So I don't get drugged down the same dark path that they're on, which is most of the time it's anger. Most of the time it's self-centered behavior. And most of the time it's just, unkind towards others. I don't want to be like that. Look, I'm quick enough to anger. I don't need someone winding me up, and telling me how the world's all messed up all the time. What I would like to have is someone showing me how I can become someone better, then helping me become someone better. And then we come together and help others become something better. I
think you hit the nail on the head when you said kind.
Kind. I want to be kind.
I think anyone who makes you not kind would be that individual. Who in your life do you have that's literally
unkind?
Unkind.
Is their name Karen?
Usually.
Yeah, that's a really good Instagram follow, by the way.
Yeah.
Karen's in the Wild or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh God. I laugh, and then also at times I go, oh my God, what's going on with these people?
Like
maybe it's a bad day though.
Like the lady in Fairhope behind me the other day at the stoplight.
Okay.
When I didn't take off immediately, that flipped me off.
Oh.
Like, if you're in Fairhope, Alabama, there is nowhere you have to be in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless it's on you and you just left late. That's me. I'll leave late.
But still,
I'm not flipping anyone off.
But what's it going to matter if you're 10 minutes late? It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like to be late, but and it's it's a false sense of self to think you're so important, or that I'm not saving anybody's life. I'm not going to surgery.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. The guys I was with yesterday, 10 minutes in their life,
big deal.
They're saving people.
Yeah.
They're doctors that's performing life-altering surgeries. 10 minutes makes a difference.
Yeah.
My 10 minutes, I'm not saving anybody.
Well, and those people that are unkind, it's inevitably going to bring chaos in your life.
Right.
And as you all know, listeners, Keith hates chaos.
Oh, God, I
He hates chaos in his life.
Yeah.
I used to think that I thrived in it. I do not. It sort of winds me up, and somehow I like that. And it's not good either, though.
No, it's not good.
I make decisions quickly, but they're not good decisions, and so reducing chaos by getting rid of it at the source is a lot of times the best way. And the source in this scenario being a person that is just chaotic and probably doesn't need to be in your circle. There's a cost for this, There's
we
a
were
cost.
talking about some individuals like that a little bit ago.
We were.
And we knew long ago.
Yeah.
Didn't address it.
Well, no.
Or maybe tried.
Well, yeah, at the time, how are you going to address that, right?
Yeah.
But you saw it, and you and I, kept them at arm's length, Yeah. Pleasant, kind, whatever. When it came down to it, it came out. They behaved the way we thought they would behave.
They're unkind.
Unkind. And then, then we just had to completely disassociate and really got unkind. It's okay.
And
it's okay. Life's
but
too
the
short.
the problem is this: when you allow unkind people to be around you and you let it persist, then you have to hurt others more when you disassociate.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So when you allow I think you hit the nail on the head. It all goes back to kindness, and in business, in life, in family, we should live kind.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do that more. And I've not always succeeded.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. All right. So, addition by subtraction. Keep your circle small. Can't be everything to everybody. You're not going to be in everyone's circle.
Nope.
So watch out there. Choose wisely. Know who and how you're being influenced, who you're being influenced by and how. Be intentional with who you hang out with, what you listen to, what you read. We didn't really talk about that. What you listen to is going to come from who you hang out with lots of times, what your algorithm is, and then what you read is definitely going to come from the people you hang out with.
Definitely so.
That is super important, what you read. Man, I'm reading a great book. Recommended by, someone, not in the inner circle, but someone, in that second ring. That it's fantastic, man. It's like 800 pages, though. It's terrible.
Oh,
I know.
800 pages.
800. It's pretty thick. And I read, so this type of book you read kind of slow.
Is it fiction?
No. Nonfiction.
Biography?
Mm-hmm.
You can't say what it is.
Oh, yeah. The House of Morgan. So, I didn't know anything about J.P. Morgan and that whole deal, but it's fascinating. Fascinating.
I'll get it on Audible.
Oof.
I'll listen to it for the next month.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're going to be listening to it for a long time. Yeah. So cut out drama by cutting out unkind people that you know. These are distractions from your goals and your potential. And then, just recognize the cost of what what you're giving up or what you're paying to be around these people, because you know who they are, you know what they are, you need to make a change and you're just not doing it. There's a cost for that. So,
and if you think you thrive in chaos, you don't.
Yeah. That's sort of like the person that says, I'm a great multitasker.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah, science says you are not.
Yeah, you're
not.
Like
data says, and data don't lie.
Yeah, it doesn't care about your feelings, that's for sure.
No, it doesn't.
We talk about business a good bit. Perhaps we should take care of some business of our own.
Sid and Keith, when I was on your podcast, I shared my story of how I was $250,000 in debt, and then how I turned my business around and grew it into a highly profitable multi-million-dollar lawn and landscape business. I'm Steve Bousquet, and we've created a program consisting of courses and coaching that guide people through the process and tools I use to turn my business around and grow it into a highly profitable multi-million-dollar lawn and landscape business. You can find out more how I did this by visiting greenprofitacademy.com or by going to Amazon and buying our book, Profit First for Lawn Care and Landscape Businesses, right on Amazon.
Hey there, listeners. I want to give a shout out to a friend and sponsor of ours, Chris Drogmiller from CMD Fencing. Let me tell you, I've had the pleasure of working with Chris personally over the last 3 or 4 years, and I've never encountered a fence contractor who excels in communication, craftsmanship, and timeliness like he does. Chris always delivers. I mean it. Fair prices, top-notch work, always on budget, and the best part for me, always on time. So if you're in need of a fence company to help you with a fence or any other outdoor wooden structure, give Chris a call. You won't be disappointed. Get in touch with Chris and let him and his team take care of all your fencing needs. CMD Fencing. So there we go. Addition by subtraction. Quick hit. Just a quick reminder, actually. So think about who you're hanging out with. Think about the who are the 5 people you hang out with the most. Then the second ring, who are those people that are kind of have some influence with you? And then who are you influencing?
Well,
How are you influencing?
And you have to understand that I was sitting with a major leader last week. And
Joe Biden?
No, I don't get to.
Okay.
I'm not in his circle.
Oh, Kamala Harris. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Kamala hang out.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
That's the
we
cigar
give.
shop.
Yeah, we give about the same quality of speeches.
Oh my God, there went half of our audience.
Yeah, but he said, he made this statement, I didn't realize I had outgrown the relationship.
Oh my God, that's a good one. We didn't even talk about that. That is so true.
And sometimes there's relationships that you're in.
Yeah.
And you may be friends.
Oh.
And you may really, and this person valued the other individual. But he said, in our business relationship, I had outgrown them. And so a lot of times you have to decipher, is it best for this friendship, especially when you're partners? Are you still aligned business-wise?
Okay, so there's one aspect.
Yeah.
And outgrowing someone, a partner, a key team member, whatever, that's tough.
Yeah.
Can speak from experience. And it does happen that you just outgrow a person.
And in business, it happens all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I would venture to say the people you start with, you're not finishing with.
Yeah, the whole saying,
Yeah.
what got you here won't get you there is pretty true. And sometimes who got you here won't get you there as well.
Well, I can say this, that in the world of startups that I'm in right now, day in and day out, one of the biggest obstacles that they have on their list is removing the current CEO.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's finding a new CEO.
And that's why business takes courage, because
Yep.
that's going to take you. Look, man, so many things come back to that, and we did a podcast on this. The downside of leadership. Everyone talks about the upside of it.
Yep.
But there's definitely some downsides, which is you're going to have to make a decision that's going to hurt some feelings.
Leadership is the commitment to being misunderstood.
Yeah, that ain't no lie. And you just don't get an opportunity to really explain it where everyone's going to fully understand and believe in it and all that stuff all the time.
If you're wanting everyone to get you, they're not.
They're not. So outgrowing some people is going to be tough. I think, so business world, it's there for sure. It happens all the time. You're going to have to address it. If you don't, you're going to be stuck where you're at. And I think everyone kind of gets that in a concrete way. The more difficult aspect of the topic you brought up, outgrowing people, is in the social aspect where there's not like as much seemingly on the line. You get what I'm saying? Some people never outgrow high school. They just never do. It's the same thought process, you know? They're not growing in maturity with relationships. They're not growing spiritually. They're not growing with, their connection to community and what their part in it is and how can they give back. They're just still kind of stuck in high school. Then there's people.
Yeah, have you ever met that guy that's finding his worth in a football game from 1993?
Oh my God. Don't. And they're usually saying Roll Tide right after. Sorry.
Come on now.
Sorry.
Come on now.
Sorry. Some people never outgrow college.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're, and then all their identity is wrapped up in that. Which I'm not saying it's any of you listeners. I'm just saying that it happens and it's difficult and there's less on the line, seemingly, but it's life, which is even more on the line than business. You can go get another business. You can do some other things. You can deal with 5% less margin, whatever. It's not great, but your life, your spiritual life, your relationships with your family and things like that are going to be influenced by people. And that's a bigger deal than the business aspect, but it's harder to see because you're not measuring it. And you went down you opened up a little door there that is 100% accurate, especially when we're talking about addition by subtraction. People outgrowing people. Oof, that's tough.
Addition by subtraction can be used everywhere. I mean, if you look at our favorite book lately, the 10X is easier than 2X.
Oh, my goodness, that's a good one. That really is.
However, I would like Dr. Daniel Hardy in my circle, but he's not. I don't think he's a...
Well, number one, he's got a doctorate. There's that. They probably don't talk to us. Yeah. Maybe they do. I don't know. That's fine. But either way, I don't know where he lives.
Florida somewhere.
Yeah, is it Florida? Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty close. But he, getting rid of the 80% to focus on your 20%, that's good. Outgrowing people, though, that's a tough one. And that's probably where the addition by subtraction is. And just to land the plane, by getting rid of the people that don't need to be in there, you actually gain more because you can focus on the information that you're getting or the influence you're going to get from the better quality people that are in your circle. It also leaves a spot or availability to add someone else because we only have so much time. We can only have so many friends. If we can get rid of one or two that are negative, unkind, chaotic people, we've got room for someone that could be a really good mentor or a really good friend or something else. And I'm not saying we need to be like relationship shopping or anything like that. I'm just saying that we need to be intentional with who we hang out with. And recognize the cost of having those chaotic, unkind people in our lives.
And also understanding that maybe you're the chaotic, unkind person.
Maybe. If everyone's starting to ghost you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Maybe you need to have a big dose of self-realization.
Yeah.
And let me say, I've been that person, and I've been called out by it.
Yeah, well, haven't we all? That's all part of growing up, I guess.
Yep.
That's all I got on addition by subtraction.
That's good stuff.
That's good stuff. Hopefully that was thought-provoking. These shorter ones are designed to do that and give you a little bit of inspiration and thought-provoking ideas for your drive or while you're working, or hopefully you're not listening to us working out. Keith was pausing way too much for you to be motivated. If you're on a long run or a bike, you could probably deal with that. But if
I've been listening to this thing called The Power of the Pause. There's power in a pause.
Is there? Mm-hmm. Was that what that was? Was that in practice?
Yeah. I mean, I've been trying
I thought you were going to cry.
I've been trying to implement that.
Okay. It's working.
I thought when we were getting into some of that family stuff, you were going to cry too because you normally cry about family.
I do.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I'm sensitive.
And you've been on antibiotics.
Dude. Antibiotics. Crushing my cardiovascular fitness. It's ridiculous.
Getting old sucks. I'm on them too right now.
All right. Speaking of, I better get out of here so I can take my meds.
I got to go eat because I just took mine.
All right. We'll see you.
Peace.